So here we are in day 2 of Warhammer Fest, and while there weren't any big reveals, there were a lot of nice looking models. It was a little bit of a letdown though, considering what we've had in past reveals, like Kragnos and Dominion and all that kind of stuff, so there was nothing groundbreaking here. It started off getting Skaven players all excited, but it was only one model unfortunately, and that was the Skaven Deathmaster, who is a ninja rat. He's like Splinter. It was a really lovely model. I liked the pose, I liked the base he was on. I really loved his shuriken, and he's holding a big knife and they're all dripping with poison. So, very cool model, but I think Skaven people were hoping for more. As you might expect, there was a new Skaven battle tome announced as well. The Lady of Vines for Sylvaneth has returned. Apparently she was killed in the Realmgate Wars, but now she's been resurrected. She is quite literally the right hand of Alariel, so she must be an offcut from Alariel, and she's grown back into the Lady of Vines. So that's quite cool. So if you're not a Sylvaneth, the Lady of Vines would still kill you if she came across you, even if you were a good guy. She's a monster level hero with spellcasting and a lot of other tools to help out your army. It does seem like Games Workshop have made a big effort to expand the Sylvaneth range to give more options and make the army a little less boring. Gossamed Archers were the first unit announced, and they are ranged troops that are carried about by big flying insects, so they're very mobile, very redeployable, so that'll give you more options tactically. I do like the idea of you being able to redeploy archers so easily. That seems really cool to me. Spite Rider Lancers were probably the most exciting part of this range revamp, because Sylvaneth haven't really had fast moving troops before. They're big insects with Sylvaneth on their back, and they're fast, hard hitting cavalry, so that is something totally new to the Sylvaneth. The Revenant Seekers are an alternate build from that box, and they fly across the battlefield harvesting soul pods from fallen Sylvaneth, so they're kind of like apothecaries, flying apothecaries. It's quite cool. There's also a Sylvaneth battle tome coming with all the new units in it. We've seen the Ogroid Thaumaturge before, but we've not seen Ogroid Theridons before, so they're getting a full new kit. You can have them with two-handed weapons or sword and shield. They look huge, they're really well done. They go in a Slaves to Darkness army, so if you're a Slaves to Darkness player, you'll probably be happy at this. I don't know, I've never played them or used them or anything, so hopefully you'll be happy. In keeping with the World Eaters announcement yesterday, which wasn't really an announcement, it was an announcement of an announcement, they've done it again today with Cities of Sigmar. So they're going to completely flesh out the Cities of Sigmar range. I really hoped we'd see some models after the big reveal at the start, but we're not going to, and it seems quite a way off. It is exciting to get normal humans in the mortal realms. That is something that maybe would draw me into Age of Sigmar. I did look at Cities of Sigmar with the intention of maybe getting into them a few weeks ago, but all I could find was a few Empire units and a few other units, and it didn't really speak to me as a cohesive force, so this is really welcome. They did show us 3D renders, or maybe they were even 3D prints, but it didn't tell us much at all other than there's going to be a lot of things with Sigmar written on it, so there's a new General's Handbook coming, and this season is going to be focused mainly on infantry, so infantry will be a lot stronger, they'll be a lot more desirable for your army, so that's a nice change. We were shown 2 new heroes which are tied into Black Library quite tightly, so they'll be getting their own series of books, and they've got these lovely models as well. The first one was Drecky Flint, who's a really cool looking Caradron Overlord, and he's got a book coming out called Archanaut's Oath. I really liked the model, and he's a really cool character, so it's good that they're tying in the models with Black Library. I really like that. The next one's Kado Ezekiar, who's a Soulblight vampire, and he's known as the Hollow King, which is also the name of his first book. He's an anti-hero, and he's in the mortal realms because dark gods obliterated his realm, so he's just wandering aimlessly. As you can probably tell from this, Age of Sigmar isn't my thing. I'm kind of on the verge of getting into it, but I'm not quite there yet. I didn't think today's reveals were that good, to be honest. There wasn't much in it. They stretched out probably 20 minutes of content to a full hour, so it was a bit disappointing. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below, especially if you're an Age of Sigmar fan. If you're a new viewer and you want to see my take in the next few days, why don't you subscribe? And once again, thanks for watching, happy hobbying, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.